Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. Today we'll be talking about Creatio, and we'll do a little case study here with Epsotech. Just kind of talk you through their implementation with Creatio. We'll chat a little bit about no code, and then at the end we'll hopefully leave a couple minutes for some questions. And also this will be recorded, so if for whatever reason you want to show this to someone else or you want to go back and look at it again, no problem. We'll be sending all that to you. So let's go ahead and let's get started here. All right, so like I said, we're going to start with how workflow automation could help you save some time and reduce some errors. We're going to go over some best practices and just how to efficiently use no-code solutions, how that process works, and kind of just some tips and reminders when picking a CRM and going through that process. And then again, we're going to go through Epsotech, that industry specific example for you. They're a manufacturing company, but I'll touch a little bit more about that as we get there. And then again, hopefully I'll leave a couple minutes here for some Q&A. So let's start with Creatio. So Creatio is a low-code platform. It's user-friendly and it's very easy to use. It's a process-driven applications, which means that it's designed to help businesses automate and streamline workflows. It focuses more so on the CRM and marketing side of the house, although it is fairly flexible. So it could do basically anything you need without having to bring in integrations. So how I like to kind of picture this is there's a water tank, which is your information, and then one pipe that goes straight to the sink. So when you start bringing in integrations and different systems talking to each other, imagine that a plumber has to go in, build a new pipe on that water tank, weld it, cut it, make turns, and then still gets that information to the sink. But then if there's any issues, it's a lot harder to find. If you want to grow, scale, especially I know a lot of companies, we want to scale, we want to grow, we want to add more people, and it kind of makes that process a little more difficult and more likely for errors to come. Where with Creatio, it's that one system, everything is just that straight line from that water tank to the sink, and it really lets you focus and makes it very easy to scale and continue to grow your business. So how can workflow automation help you save time and reduce errors? And you could see here, the numbers do not lie. If I told you that as a company, as a consulting group, if we could help provide these numbers for you, would you jump on the opportunity? I think everybody would say yes. So I'll just read these over here. So the most successful automation transformations allow companies to capture 20 to 40% efficiency gains and generate a positive return on investment in 12 to 18 months. So it's a relatively quick turnaround time for making up that investment that you put into the system. Companies that have embraced digital transformation are 26% more profitable. I was pretty shocked when I saw that. The numbers don't lie, and that's a pretty good profit jump to have with a CRM system. Digital transformation of industries can contribute as much as 100 trillion in combined value for both industry and society by 2025. So when Creatio says no code is kind of taking over the business world, they're not wrong. And successful transformation across the whole industrial sector would be worth 0.8 trillion to $2 trillion in total return of shareholders, which is talking about huge numbers here, and everyone's doing it. So it's almost becoming the norm that you need a CRM and you need a project management system if you want to keep up with your competition. So best practices. I'll start with a clear plan, choose the right no-code tool, templates, and keep it simple. So no-code solutions have become increasingly popular in recent years, as I said, and they allow that non-technical or not as tech-savvy user to create these digital products and solutions without really needing to learn how to code or having to write a single line of code at all. However, to make the most of this no-code solution, it's important to follow some of these best practices. And these were the four that we believe at Eligio are the best things to keep in mind when you're looking at starting a new CRM system. So you want to start with a clear plan. Before you begin using a no-code solution, it's really important that you take the time to kind of define your goals and objectives and decide what you really want to achieve. And then from there, it'll help you make that decision and feel more comfortable when you're making that right choice. There's so many no-code solutions available. A lot of them have very specific purposes. So before you start using it, it's really important to kind of shop around and look and come to consultants or some help to make sure that you're making the right choice for your company. And then use the templates and the pre-built components. It's all customizable, but it's a huge jumpstart and can really save you some time right away to get you in the system, get comfortable. And a lot of them will really save you some time and effort right away. So you might as well take advantage of the resources that are already made when you buy a solution like Creatio. And no-code solutions are designed to make things easier, but that doesn't mean that you have to overcomplicate things or reinvent the wheel. Keep your project simple, start slowly, don't try to rush the implementation, and make sure that your company adapts, because it doesn't matter if you have the best system in the world. If your company doesn't believe in it, or if they're not used to it and trained in it, it's most likely not going to work for you. So here's just a list of some industries that Creatio works with. As you can see, there's a lot of different sectors, a pretty wide range of how your company could use Creatio. Pricing wise, it starts at about $25 a user, up to about $65. So it's pretty affordable per user. And when we talked about the numbers before with that return on value, it's definitely worth it. But it is, again, so valuable to have a lot of flexibility at different departments, etc. So let's go to the example. So this is Epsotech. They're a leading manufacturer of polymer sheets and films based in Germany, and they have over 3,000 products and 150 employees. So again, it's a big company, a lot of moving parts, a lot of products to manage and employees. So they came to Creatio, and they were definitely happy with what they did. So again, they started with a clear plan. They chose the right tool. They used templates, and they kept it simple. So as you can see this timeline here, they really went through their requirements. They scoped out their project. They reviewed a bunch of different softwares. They started with Creatio, and then again, they used those templates. So I'll just tell you a little bit about Epsotech first here, some challenges they had, and then we'll keep moving forward. So they had 8 manufacturing sites with 8 local teams spread across 6 countries, and they had 2,500 customers. So again, a lot of moving parts, a lot of people to keep track of. The biggest challenge that they had was how to improve their internal coordination, and they wanted to allow them to reduce their project time. They want to be more efficient, more effective with their sales team and who to reach out to, who to kind of follow up with. And then they wanted to optimize that customer experience, really make their customer feel like they were being seen, being heard, and that they weren't kind of getting left in a bunch of emails. And they're also trying to continue to improve and understand the market segments in which they operate. Like they say, communication is key. I think we could all agree. So this was kind of the rest of their timeline. So as they went before, they started to roll out their system. But again, they didn't add a whole 150 employees right away. They started with a pilot launch. They met back with Creatio. They got feedback. They got review. They felt more comfortable with all the documents gathering that they had. They understood the process. And then they continued to kind of roll out the system. Each month, they grew and grew. They had their dashboards built. Then they added more users, and then they've been using Creatio from 2016. So it was a little behind, but yeah, they've been on the system for a long time. Okay, so how does kind of Creatio come in, and how do they help? So like I said, they have those 8 production sites. They have customers from 50 different countries, a lot of different people to talk to, but they helped kind of maintain that unified, easy to understand project platform. So this was used by all of their sales members and all of their team leaders, and it allowed them to improve their internal communication around resource requirements, potential challenges, and project steps. Creatio's low-code platform for process automation and CRM enabled them to share data insights about market segments and their trends, help the company better understand the need of its customers and the different market segments, which at the end of the day just helps serve their customers better, and they were getting better feedback and reviews. So here's a fun slide that I found where it just kind of shows all the options and the different sectors that could be profitable or should be used within Creatio. This might just help brainstorm some ideas on how your industry or how your business can use the platform. We like to say, like, you don't know until you know. So when you see all these options here, maybe it'll strike your interest, or something that you weren't sure that a CRM or project management system could handle within your company, but it might be able to. So you could see the flexibility with the 360 view, pretty much the whole sales cycle. There's a lot here. I won't go through everything, but you could see order delivery, processing, quote generation, basically the whole 9 yards can be done within the system. So I'll leave here another 5 seconds just to check it out, and see if any of these things might be beneficial to you. So what did Creatio provide to Epsotech, and how do they help? So what they did was, again, that they want to create that home base, that single database for all their contacts and accounts, and be able to maintain different classifications. So the customer lead, if it was dormant, they basically were able to separate that and be able to group it for easy access, easy reporting, etc. The customer master data management system that showed all their customer details and the complete history of customer interactions. So that's their true CRM with email tracking, phone tracking, etc. Activity management was the solution to track the team engagement and overall sales effort by multiple criteria. Opportunity management was a tool that demonstrates future sales pipeline, communication for customer project support, and then market information sharing. So you'll see a lot of these as communication, making things clear, understanding steps, where the project is, and how to kind of continue to streamline that process. So again, automated processes and business rules simplified the continuance of customer and project ownership. And then they had that simple design template interface, which, what I said before, if you kind of try to complicate it or do too much, then your workers aren't going to want to use the system. They're not going to like it. And it doesn't matter how robust the system is. If they're not using it, then it's not going to work. And then they wanted real-time analytics to support a lot of their complex decision-making processes. Again, that's the reporting, extremely important for C-level and upper management. So keys to success. We want to ensure that you have ongoing top management support. They want you to incorporate Creatio into your day-to-day practices. For example, using your conference calls, your meetings, tracking everything you can. Keep it simple. Design the forms from the perspective of busy users. Always question if increased functionality is needed, even though Creatio makes it simple to implement. And keep in mind the maintenance and added complexity needed to go forward. Use the wide range of benefits that Creatio offers. So again, this is that one picture I showed you that had all different things. And again, keep promoting the benefits of Creatio. You want your users to be excited, to want to use the system, to ask questions, and to continue to grow with it.